Hey, what's going on, crypto people? It is your boy, the Crypto Siege, with another day in the life, in the crazy life that is the digital asset space. What's going on, guys? Man, oh man, have you not heard about all the crazy news? Hopefully it's working okay. I got my headphones in. You know, it's funny too to get different comments about different driving videos, and I know you guys love these driving videos. But someone was saying, "Oh, I can't believe you did a driving video. So noisy in the car." So I'm not sure what that was or why they commented on that. But anyway, so I got my headphones in. Hopefully they're working good. Hopefully you guys can hear this cool. Please let me know if it does not in the comments, and I will shoot another video because this information is really that important. So obviously a little bit of news, which is outstanding news about Ripple doing Ripple, the behemoth, the ginormous company that is Ripple, did another series funding, and I think the number, if I'm not mistaken, was $300 billion. Is that right? That sounds odd to me, 300 billion. So I'll have to check the math on that, but another funding, and it also looks as though that they may be considering doing an IPO. But it does say a lot about the fact that they did not use XRP. They decided to do a Series C funding, which to me says that they are moving forward with letting the world know that they are here to stay, and that they do plan on being the Google and the Amazon in the digital asset space, guys. That's what it's saying to me, that they are, without question, their goal is to be the Google in the digital asset space. And so that is significant. Absolutely significant. So I can't wait to get in front of a laptop. We're actually on the road. We're heading to NYC to celebrate my daughter's 18th birthday. So we're headed to NYC. No time at all to kind of get in front of the computer and do a little bit of research. But on the good news, checked out Khan's stream earlier today with Cryptopolis and Jay Hyatt. Had a chance to catch bits and pieces of that. But I tell you, I haven't had a chance to do a deep dive into the news. But I tell you what, this article from Ripple on Ripple.com is crazy, right? It is just the idea that they would do it. And you guys know I always say, if you just, Brad Garlinghouse and David Schwartz, the people from Ripple will tell us everything we need to know. We just have to pay attention to it and just kind of read behind the words, if you will, to see what's going on. And so when they title their article 2020 the year of the digital asset, I mean, guys, that does that not say it all? And you know what I thought was interesting? They didn't say assets. Although in the article itself they do the plural, but they're saying the year of XRP. That's what they're saying, in my opinion, right? Because the title is 2020 the year of the standard digital asset that is XRP. That's what it reads like. That's what it reads to me. So I think, man, I'm going to go over this article with you guys, and I know you probably heard bits and pieces of it, and you definitely want to go check it out yourself so that you, again, can level up your XRP IQ. But I wanted to do the driving video, so I thought this would be a perfect thing to share with you guys. So this is dated December 19, 2019 from Team Ripple. Interesting. So it's just a 6-minute read, guys, but I do want to go over it because I want you guys to really think how cool it is and how smart it is that Ripple will lay it out, put it out there in front of us like a roadmap, if you will, to let us know, what's going on. So it says here, standing on the doorstep of a new year and a new decade. Isn't that important to know, right? You know what we always say on this channel, right? It's all about 10 years. It's all about that 10. Most great things, all great things, usually take 10 years for significant money. The first 5 years, you're trying to figure a thing out. You're trying to figure out where you are, how you stand, how good you are. The next 5 years is when things really happen for you as a person or for a company like Ripple, right? So standing on the doorstep of a new a new year and a new decade, it is hard to believe that the first real public engagement with digital assets began only a few short years ago in 2017. Over that year and into the next, speculators and media coverage drove wild fluctuations in interest and price, contributing to a series of both spectacular rises and precipitous falls in each. But that digital asset roller coaster ride smoothed out over the course of 2019 as speculation subsided and specialized use cases began to emerge. And if you guys follow me on Twitter at crypto_siege, in 99.9% of my posts, I always post hashtag real use case, right? Real use case. So over the course of 2019, as speculation subsided and specialized use cases began to emerge, that utility helped demonstrate value in digital assets beyond trading and contributed to increased stability. That's a powerful statement there. That utility helped demonstrate value in digital assets beyond trading, beyond a speculative retail investor, in other words, and contributed to increased stability. While skeptics and critics might still view digital assets as a giant game of Jenga, just waiting for a wrong move to send all the blocks tumbling down, we here at Ripple see the future of digital assets as more like a vast set of Legos. By carefully piecing them together, it's possible to reimagine familiar worlds or create entirely new ones. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Looking ahead, we believe 2020 will reveal new technologies and applications for digital assets that can lead to meaningful, tangible change across a wide range of industries. And so what they're saying in essence here is like 2020 is going to be the year of the use case. It's going to be the year of you as a technology company proving to the world that you have something of utility. You have a product, you have an asset that can be used in the real world, because Wall Street, institutional money is going to be looking for that. That's the thing that they're going to be keeping their eyes out for, right? So that's major in a lot of ways, and we all know that XRP is the standard. It is in fact the greatest digital asset ever created. So looking ahead, we believe 2020 will reveal new technologies and applications for digital assets that can lead to meaningful, tangible change across a wide range of industries. In particular, we expect 3 major themes to develop in this first year of the new decade that will lead to a more mainstream embrace of digital assets, right? So they get it. It's about adoption, right? So digital assets underpin consumer financial products. Digital assets underpin consumer financial products. XRP is a digital asset custom designed to facilitate cross-border payments. A number of companies, including MoneyGram and Goldlance, we all forgot about Goldlance, and applications have endorsed this use case, and we anticipate even more will join the adoption curve over the coming year. You're very much like that flywheel. So that's kind of pointing to the fact that, the flywheel is in motion, and they expect more people to help push it along. But our team expects that other digital assets and use cases to find traction in the coming year and decade. Yep, I know of one. Ripple SVP of Product, Ashish Burla, predicts that mobile wallets will enter the blockchain and crypto industries in a big way, which is probably why they did a little investing in the Bread wallet, right? BRD. Remember they did that? So obviously the team and the people behind Ripple saw something significant about it. Specifically, he believes that adoption of digital assets and blockchain technology among mobile wallets and super apps like Gojek, Grab, and PayPal will become more mainstream as they look to expand their services to keep up with customer demand and compete with digital banks. According to Ashish, that adoption will continue expanding to include new credit and loan products. And guys, how bold has Ripple been lately, talking about not only getting to the FX derivatives market, but also wanting to really tackle the DeFi space, right? The decentralized finance space. So that big initial investment in Kava Labs, they're saying that they're coming. They understand that this is going to be the new part of the new financial system. It's decentralized finance. And I listened to a little bit of Brian Kerr being interviewed the other day, and I forget who had that up that I listened to that, but it was a really good interview. I think it might have been Darren Moore, the awesome Darren Moore. He is something else, but he had an interview on his channel with Brian Kerr being interviewed. And Brian Kerr was actually a little bit more, I thought, forthcoming and a little bit more kind of eloquent and kind of stating exactly what that Kava platform is going to be and exactly how he sees it. So it's kind of cool to learn a little bit more about his background as well. So according to Ashish, that adoption will continue, expanding to include new credit and loan products. He expects in the world, we all know the world, it moves around credit without question. Institutional money is not going to come into this game if they're not able to get some form of a line of credit, right? They want to be able to use other people's money to make moves. So he expects that these more mainstream use cases will first emerge in developing markets. Interesting. Like Kenya, Nigeria, and parts of Latin America, where the need is more acute. Okay. These applications will be aided by friendlier regulations. You got some traffic, huh? Friendlier regulations towards digital assets, which will also make them more attractive to tech companies seeking paths to expansion. So they're expecting in 2020 friendlier regulations towards digital assets. Similarly, Ripple's Senior Vice President of Customer Success, Marcus Treacher, sees international micropayments expanding to facilitate, I don't know if it's Treacher, Marcus Treacher, to facilitate new consumer uses. In particular, he envisions purchase solutions for tourists and travelers that no longer rely on cards or card rails taking root in 2020. Interesting that he points that out. Haven't really heard any word of Ripple doing that, because I thought GoLance was something different, but yeah. Imagine if a Japanese tourist visiting Thailand could buy goods using a mobile app or QR code, triggering an immediate cross-border payment from their Japanese yen account to a Thai baht merchant's account. If more consumer purchase solutions start leveraging blockchain technology in the same way, the payoff quite literally will be huge. Marcus also predicts that big tech companies will continue to enter the payment space, hastening the growth of micro and wallet payments, supporting immediate, low-value payment flows. This expansion of micropayments like Coil, for example, beyond traditional messaging apps like Telegram and Line to deep-pocketed enterprises should create a resulting surge of developers flocking to digital assets. And we all know that David Schwartz is really, really big on micropayments. We really think that is going to be the next wave of the future. Really, really honing in, specializing, and getting into that micropayment space. Institutional adoption of digital assets accelerates. This is the year of 2020, guys. Institutional adoption of digital assets accelerates. For digital assets and associated applications to have long-term staying power, institutional players must embrace the technology. We anticipate that such a wave of institutional adoption will begin in 2020. A wave of institutional adoption will begin in 2020, with more traditional firms deploying digital assets like Fidelity Digital Assets, right? They got their own website all dedicated, just like TD Ameritrade with X. That's why Charles Schwab swapped them up. That's why they swapped up TD Ameritrade, right? So in 2020, with more traditional firms deploying digital assets and blockchain-based solutions, Brianne Madigan, smart lady she is, our head of global institutional markets, says this will be enabled by trusted custody brands such as State Street or Bank of New York becoming involved in digital assets. Wonder where she's getting that from. Wonder why she's thinking about that. Wonder why she's kind of stating that almost in a matter-of-fact manner. The presence of recognized players will increase institutional confidence in the space and pave the way for greater institutional adoption next year, explains Brianne. She's right again, guys. They tell us everything that we need to know. We just got to pay attention to it. So this is from the CEO himself. Brad Garlinghouse is even bolder, predicting that half of the top 20 banks in the world will actively hold and trade digital assets in 2020. I wonder where Brad's getting that, guys. Where's he getting that? Maybe because he gets to hang out with a lot of central bankers, right? And maybe because he gets to hang out with the former head of the IMF, right, Madame Lagarde. Maybe that's where he's getting that. Just maybe, right? So he is also one of the many on the team that believes fiat currencies will go digital in the next year. Fiat currencies will go digital in the next year. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe I was watching BIS. They were on a podcast. I forget the name of it, but the new head of the BIS was on a podcast, and he mentioned taking currencies and making fiat currencies and making them digital on that podcast. I forget his name. While the SVP, and this is next year, guys. So Brad is saying a couple of bold things, right? Number one, that half of the top 20 banks will hold and use digital assets. And then two, he believes that fiat currencies will go digital in the next year. While SVP of Spring, Ethan Beard, expects at least one central bank to launch a tokenized representation of their fiat currency in 2020. Brad forecasts at least one non-G20 currency, like the Argentine peso or similar, will become fully digitized within the next year. Wow. Exciting times, right? Exciting times, guys. And the crypto industry evolves to keep pace. And never ever forget that thing that I keep that one particular chat that happened on the live stream, on Kime's live stream, from the infamous Joseph Brunetti. And I think it is just so important and it's so significant. And he said, I can tell you this one fact. Plenty of us on Wall Street have nice bags and are stocking up for Christmas 2020. I'm telling you guys, that statement speaks volumes. The crypto industry evolves to keep pace. This expanded adoption of digital currencies by mainstream and national institutions will also have an impact on the industry supporting the technology. Specifically, Ashish and Brianne both expected to produce a wave of consolidation among crypto exchanges. Yeah, and that has always been the thinking, right? Especially on this channel. It's right, like, how in the world are these exchanges going to compete with the likes of Bakkt? How are they going to do it? How are they going to compete with the likes of ErixX? Like even these websites like CMC, you know what CMC is? I don't like to say that name. How is CMC and Live Coin Watch and even CoinFairValue.com, how are they going to compete when the big exchanges come up and they have the similar type of product, right? Because Wall Street is going to use things that they're familiar with, and they're going to tell their clients to go check out these familiar exchanges. So the bigger exchanges will, it's just business. They are going to gobble up the small exchanges, just the way it is. And perhaps a Coinbase or Binance will continue to maintain. They'll continue to exist, or they can get snatched up. Partnership, right? Because money speaks, right? Money talks. but it's going to be big money. But you can expect the bigger, the small exchanges to be snatched up without question by the bigger exchanges, by the name brands, if you will. For his part, Ashish says the growing cost of keeping up with security compliance and technology will be more than the small exchanges can handle. Yep, just the way it is. Now Binance, they're Binance and Coinbase, they got a lot of cash, right? Consolidation will enable companies to grow from regional to global players and better compete with bigger brands like Binance that have already begun acquiring several other exchanges. That didn't even know Binance was acquiring several other exchanges. Interesting. Brienne sees consolidation being driven more by the interest in digital assets and blockchain from institutional brands. She predicts an increased focus on true volumes, subdued retail interest, right? True volumes, right? Hello, NASDAQ liquidity index, right? For XRP, right? So she predicts an increased focus on true volumes, subdued retail interest in exchanges, and the appearance of more institutional grade exchanges, without question, guys. Because with the risk with these small exchanges and them getting hacked and CEOs apparently all of a sudden dying, right? They don't want to take any chances on these small exchanges. Institutional grade exchanges will be the play of the day, of the decade especially, will combine to spark a wave of consolidation as companies compete to add volume and customers. Beyond exchanges, Brad expects to see consolidation among crypto companies themselves. Absolutely, that's the only way they're going to be able to survive. He boiled it down to a simple numbers game. The world doesn't need 2,000 plus digital assets. While I don't think there will be one coin to rule them all, it's clear that if an asset doesn't have a proven use case beyond speculation, it is not going to survive, right? So here's the thing, the EOS of the world, the Cardanos of the world, the hollow chains of the world, the Hedera hash graphs of the world, these great ideas are going to have to take, in 2020, they're going to have to take 1, 2, 3 steps forward to begin proving their use case, or they're going to just kind of wither away, because Wall Street, the mainstream media, is going to be directing them to a certain few. So it's going to be a certain few, whether it be 10 or whether it be 20, out of just 2,000 to 3,000 that are going to be getting the cash, that's going to be getting the investment in terms of Wall Street and retail putting their money into those assets. If you don't have a proven use case, utility behind you, it's just going to be difficult to survive. So, wow, and that's just exactly what he just said. While I don't think there will be one coin to rule them all, it's clear that if an asset doesn't have a proven use case beyond speculation, it is not going to survive. We've gone rest there. This year saw the start of a shuttering of number of crypto companies that Brad expects to continue in 2020. These three, a crypto push with a question mark, these three evolving trends will together likely fuel what Brienne calls the next major push for the digital asset market. She projects that growing institutional comfort level with digital assets use cases, along with increased regulatory clarity in the United States and the next Bitcoin halving by May of 2020, will all lead to the next adoption cycle. That breakthrough could also be aided by what Ethan's terms a flight to crypto as the safer asset class in the face of a potential global economic slowdown. Unless anyone think we've forgotten about Libra, it's not true. Multiple team members chimed in to predict that Libra will neither launch nor be canceled in 2020. They expect that increased regulatory scrutiny, privacy concerns, and the defection of key association members will combine to at least temporarily stall Facebook's plan for the digital asset. Wow. Did she just not call that project out, or what? Oh, it's funny. Ultimately, the coming year and decade will see digital assets and blockchain continue to emerge as core underpinnings of the world's financial future. Today's first movers advantage, guys, is just a real thing. Today's first movers will have an enormous role to play in delivering that change for tomorrow. We are excited to watch it unfold. Guys, again, if you haven't had a chance to check that out, you want to definitely check it out. 2020, the year of the digital asset. And again, I don't think it's an accident that the title was not plural. I believe that they were saying that 2020 is going to be the year of the greatest digital asset ever created, and that is XRP. And I'm really, really excited about it. I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say in the comments. If you guys are excited about 2020, let me know in the comments, okay? Because the fundamentals are there, the partnerships are there. Ripple is doing its thing, and I'm telling you guys, the fact that they decided, Ripple, the company, decided to do or to have this Series C funding, if you will, is significant. It's saying something. It's saying to the world, in my humble opinion, it is saying to the world that we, in fact, plan on being the Google, Facebooks, and Amazon of the digital asset space. This is our plan. This is where we're moving. And they're letting people know that they want to announce to the world that they are the number one player in the Internet of Value. And we have the products behind it. We have the ILP, we have the XRPL, and we have the greatest digital asset that was ever created, and that is XRP. So guys, I hope you're excited about 2020. I hope you guys listen. Today is I guess it was the 20th. You probably will hear from me again, but if you don't, happy holidays. If you're traveling, be safe. We are already in the madness and the thickness of traffic. We should have got on the road at least 2.5 hours earlier. But in either case, guys, be safe out there, guys. Be safe. Enjoy the holidays. Enjoy this weekend. Get excited. Know what you hold. Know what you hold. Don't let your friends and family take it away from you. And more importantly, don't let old money steal your dream. Don't let old money steal your dream, guys. All right, so listen, guys, I'm going to wrap this video up like I do all of my videos and say this. Never, ever forget, guys, that old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather us remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating? Or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know. That the battle for you has already been fought. And the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya.